e-conference. I welcome him as the chairperson of today's international e-conference. I am feeling immense pleasure to welcome honorable dignitary, keynote speaker and chief guest, Monica Jeler ma'am from Romania, who is going to enlighten us on the topic embracing feminine leadership, making visible the invisible. Before the actual keynote speech, I would like to invite Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir for his opening words. Please, sir, welcome. Welcome. Now, I would like to request Honorable Chief Guest and Keynote Speaker, Monica Jeler ma'am from Romania. Please start your presentation. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm very thrilled and honored and happy to be here with all of you. I am also a little bit emotional because so many teachers are here and so many educators. And normally I do not speak in English. I speak in Italian or Romanian or in Spanish. So please be patient with me. I have more experience speaking in Italian and Spanish than in English, but I will give my best tonight. So welcome all of you. I am Monica. I am a visual anthropologist and a professional coach. I'm a leadership coach and career coach. I teach here in Bangalore leadership and self-confidence at the Regional College of Management. And I do private sessions for empowering women and young adults in their path of leadership and on their path of wisdom. I think the best of the best of what means to be human is passed along the next generation by educators and by teachers. So I really think we are very fortunate, all of us, but we have also a huge responsibility on this. And the process of teaching and learning are universal processes. But we have a huge responsibility. And fortunately or unfortunately, I noticed lately a fatigue in the process of teaching, a fatigue coming to all of us, and maybe also a sort of lack of enthusiasm as teachers and educators, and also a little bit of confusion on how to educate our next generation. What is changing in this world and how to educate it. The world we live in today is volatile, is uncertain, is complex, is ambiguous. This is for sure. And I really think we cannot live on in the old model anymore. What is the old model? The old model is to do more, and that doing more, do it on the same way. To learn more, to do more, to teach more. So it is the productivity model. But from my point of view and from my experience since many years working with women, working with young adults, working in research institutes before, working in the field of anthropology with different communities, rural and urban, I noticed that we really need to change the perspective on this. Because of the mindset of the old model of doing, producing all the time, because of the speed of everything today, and because of this exponentiality of today, educators and leaders became overwhelmed, from my point of view. They suffer from fatigue, they suffer from mental issues, and from lack of enthusiasm and a lot of passivity. Now, I really think that we teachers are the first leaders of this society. What we form are the next generation. And it is very important for us to be healthy, mentally healthy and physically healthy, in order to support and to help the new generation grow. Leaders need to take care of themselves first, in order to be able to lead others. Empathy and vulnerability are becoming marks of the new era leader. And I want to have a conversation, a meaningful conversation with you in this sense after I present this. Do you really think that empathy and vulnerability can be attributes of the new leader? Yes. Yes, it's okay where you are now. Yes, it's okay where you are now, sir. Next one. Okay, so would you believe that vulnerability, empathy, and compassion can be leadership attributes? Would you believe that trust can be leadership attributes? So we hold on, in a sense, on that old model, and the mental and physical health is deteriorating more and more. And let me tell you, we hold on the doing model, but no, it is not about doing more. In reality, it is about being more, and by being more, doing it differently. So the old model now, you can go to the next slide, sir. Okay, the next one, please. The next one, please. The next one, please, yes. Even the next one, because I already talked. Okay, the next one, please. So now, what do you think? Do you learn more from the words or from the example of a leader? And from my point of view, we can identify two types of leadership. The one created from masculine energy and the one created from feminine energy. And now I will present some attributes of each type. This is only about energy side of it. Please do not take it as a gender. Both men and women have masculine and feminine energy. So let me mention here, it's not about the gender, it is about the energy part of it. Okay. So the masculine energy, what is the masculine energy? What we call the yang energy, the active energy, the doing energy. Okay. So the old leadership is based on this model of doing more and more and doing it on the same way. No? So the feminine energy, the feminine model of leadership is based on being more, and by being more, doing it differently. Okay? Masculine energy is about identity. Feminine energy is about relationship. Now, identity is not a natural quality. We do not born with any identity. Identity is a social gift. Okay? Identity is given to us by others through recognition. On the other side, the feminine energy. Please take the most important archetype of the feminine energy, the archetype of a mother. And there you will discover that the feminine energy is relationship, not identity. Meaning, the feminine energy is 1 + 1 = 2, meaning she and the other. The feminine energy contains the other. Even if a woman didn't become a mother, but there is the potentiality in her to become it. So a woman is a relationship, she and the other. What does this mean? It means that creating relationship is a natural quality for a woman. Okay, is a feminine energy. And there are many men who have that capacity to create relationship, so they are blessed with more feminine energy. Okay, some questions till now about this, what I'm trying to do here, what I'm trying to... Okay, so let's take an example. Many educators now, they still focus on asking their students to do more and more and more, to be productive, instead of encouraging them to be more authentic, be more creative. So from my point of view, we need to change a little bit our attitude, our focus, our perspective. Have we ever thought about the virtues of our students, about their vocation, what they are called to do in this life? Why don't we put them in context where these virtues can be recognized? Why don't we try to see their gifts and talents and understand where they can contribute, where they can create solutions for other people, instead of asking them all the time to learn more skills and more skills and more information? So I would like us to reflect on this. Because from my point of view, it's time to change the focus of the action from doing more to being more. And by being more, doing it differently. It's time to co-elevate, meaning moving higher together. Leadership, for me, is not an individual activity. Leadership is collective. Leadership is about us. Leaders are leading movements of change. It's about leaders seeking and enlisting others to lift each other up, including ourselves as leaders. Leaders serve teams of teams. We need inclusion, not hierarchy. Today we work in networks. We need peer-to-peer support. It is crucial. We need to stop fighting for control and more authority. That is not leadership from my point of view. Leadership is the facilitation of collaboration, of co-creation, of moving higher together. Leadership is also humanistic. It's about empathy, vulnerability, intimacy. That's why I think feminine energy is who do I need to be and or become in order to educate and lead without authority, and who do I need to be or become in order to educate and lead with empathy, with trust, with compassion, and to facilitate collaboration, co-creation, and moving higher together. Empathy is the ability to understand the thoughts, the feelings, and emotions of someone else. It is the practice of a teacher to develop and stay connected to the quality of trust. Trust is the opposite of control. Trust is the ability to be comfortable with uncertainty and not knowing. Is that vulnerability to recognize, I don't know that, but I can find out. We can find out together. We can co-elevate each other. We can collaborate. You know something, I know something. We move higher together. So we access wisdom by learning how to trust and to be comfortable with this state of not knowing. Of course, it is not easy task. Most of us would rather have everything under control all the time. No room for surprise, no room for novelty. But this is not the way of wisdom. This is not the way of trust. That is the way of control. Command and control, authority. Wisdom is something different. Wisdom is a source of unlimited creative solutions. Each of us, we have our gifts and talents. And we can share it, we can show off in the world, we can share it with the world, and we can create unlimited solutions for everything. Buddhist tradition talk about empathic joy as being the highest form of wisdom. Meaning what, empathic joy? Meaning the ability to be thrilled from another person's success without moving into jealousy, into envy, into comparison, into diminishment. Compassion. Compassion means expanding the heart and connecting with people without condition. Love, kindness, and compassion are important to every one of us. You know that we are all drawn to people having those qualities. Why we are drawn to these people having those qualities? Because we all have those qualities. We all have empathy, trust, kindness, compassion. But those are limited by expectations and validation coming from the old model of doing more, of being machines, productive machines. And if we are not good for this society. Embracing feminine leadership means making visible the invisible inside us. That invisible already in us, that empathy, that trust, that kindness, that compassion. Deepen these qualities and stabilize them in order to co-elevate, to collaborate, to move higher together. Now, after this presentation, I'm a coach, so I'm more used to have meaningful conversations than to give very long talks. I will only stimulate you to this hard work, not hard work. Hard work is the old model of doing things. Hard work is the model of being more authentic, being who we really are, being creative, open to this source of infinite possibilities. So I want you this week, maybe as a hard work, to reflect on this and to help those around you to understand this new model of leadership. Have a conversation with people around you, with your students. Talk about what has changed in the work world. What has changed in the work, in the way we teach and we educate young generations? What has changed in leadership? How have leaders changed? How have educators changed? How have leaders or educators failed to change to meet the challenges of the new work world? Thank you. Open to questions and to a meaningful conversation.
Thank you, ma'am, for your elaborate lecture on the topic embracing feminine leadership, making visible the invisible. Now, after this very good and enlightening lecture, I would like to invite participants and delegates with their questions and with their opinions and views on the topic. Please, participants. I think Sunita ma'am is going to ask question. I welcome Sunita ma'am. Please.
Sir, first of all, thank you all for having this subject for our discussion. The subject is very interesting, and the aspect what Monica Madam has taken today is also very interesting from my point of view. Madam, you are talking about the masculine energy and the feminine energy. Does the leadership depend on the hormones?
I am not a doctor, so I can imagine that hormones are very important also in our.
Yeah, because
maybe
the masculine energy
that can. In fact, I think some doctor is here, so they can explain.
Yeah, I think Sanand Shukla may be there. He talks about it. But I just want to ask, the masculine energy is generated by the male hormones, and the feminine energy is generated by the female hormones. These two hormones are different. The male hormones are different. The female hormones are different. Of course, there are some common hormones also. But when you talk about the leadership, utilizing the energy of masculine and feminine, I think it will be a clear-cut differentiation with the respect of hormones. So I just wanted to ask that. If anybody can answer, it will be better.
The biological part of it is important. What I refer when I say masculine energy and feminine energy is more, maybe what I know is more the yin and yang part of it, and the more the energetic part of it, and the two principles as being the masculine principle, the active one, the doing one, even the gesture of the body of the masculine is always doing forward. The feminine energy is the receiver, the allowing energy, the surrendering energy, the let it flow energy, the taking care energy, the care energy. The masculine energy is the provider, the giver, the active principle.
So both should go hand in hand.
I can listen.
The both energy should go hand in hand, so it will be the best combination.
They are going hand in hand, ma'am. But the problem is that since the thousands of years of male patriarchy, we notice that this doing and never taking care of us, and never being able to receive, and never being able to change that self-discipline to self-care. To change that self-doubt voice to the intuition voice. We were never able to surrender to the natural state and flow of energy inside us. So maybe we need a little bit to change the idea.
Yeah, the mentality should be changed. The mentality should be changed.
Exactly. It is what I'm talking about the change in our mindsets.
Yeah, mindsets and the mentality should be changed. Okay.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Am I clearly audible?
Yes, perfectly. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Jyoti Mohanty. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Bedkar sir for conducting such beautiful sessions all the time, and the keynote speaker Monica ma'am. The
Thank you.
topic that you have chosen, I feel it's the need of the hour, because everybody is talking about feminism, everybody is talking about being so, like, into feminism and all that, but exactly, are we into it? So the topic that you have chosen, embracing, the word itself is self explanatory, that yes, we need to embrace first what is feminism and leadership. As far as I am, like, it's just my perception or my point of view, that now no corner is left untouched where women are not showing their position as well as their the power of leadership. But still there is some sort of inequality, as you said, because of the patriarchal society. I do agree, Sunita ma'am. It is just of not of the hormones and all. It's like the action. It's like the, what you can say, the acceptance of the things done by females. Am I right, Monica ma'am?
Yes. It is
Yeah, that's what she
about,
explained.
it is
The
what
mindset
are,
and the mentality should be changed, or it
it
happens.
it is about the two principles that go together. The two energies goes together.
Yeah, they should go hand in hand.
But
Okay.
we need to start recognizing also what are our in the sense of the women qualities, and what are our skills. So our tools are different from the masculine energy tools. Our tools are empathy, active listening, compassion, embracing,
Yeah.
teaching and leading for for collaboration, teaching and leading, understanding that this is a collective game. This is not individual.
We are more into emotional, we are sensitive, that's why these all like qualities are adjective to us.
Exactly.
So Monica ma'am, the session is really pretty informative. Thank you for the beautiful session. Thank you all the participants, and even Bedkar sir, deepest gratitude to you. It's really wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sir, can I ask?
Yes.
Monica, ma'am, thank you so much for this new perspective that you have added. What I wanted to know is, how could any leader, whether it be male or female, recognize how to balance their masculine energies as well as feminine energies?
This is very interesting for sure, and I think here we have a big responsibility. We women, meaning having more feminine energy, we have a lot of responsibility to educate our men. To say, doesn't matter if this means husbands, fathers, children, because I really think, how come this idea of creating relationship, of creating empathy, because relationship, as I explained, why I started with this, we women, we are relationship. We are not about identity, because we have this potentiality of giving life. So we are 1+1 inside. We are me, I'm me, and the other. We contain the other. So it is our responsibility to educate the other, educate it to a new perspective, the perspective of how can we collaborate, how can we make partnership, how can we stop this idea of controlling everything, how can we trust more, how can we be in solidarity, how can I see the other person as an equal of mine, how can I see the gifts and talents in the other person, and understand that if we put these gifts and talents together, we can create something better. Because we women are also very creative. So we activate easily. Men are also creative, okay? But we activate easily the creative mind. So the rational mind, the doing mind, no, on the left side, and who is doctor here knows very well, and the creative mind, the right side of the mind, the creative mind, no, which is what is there in the creative mind? The sages live in the creative mind. How can I explore more? Let me observe more. Let me take awareness about this. Let me slow down. Let me understand how can I receive. Let me be more peaceful. Because only from a place of peace, yes, I can grow. From no place of conflict, anybody have ever grown.
Thank you so much. And thank you, wonderful perspective. Makes us all think how we can actually explore both our sides and balance it out. So thank you so much, Monica ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening, Dr. Bedkar, sir. Good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation and the organizing committee. So wonderful presentation, what you have made. I think, it's not a fight for feminine and masculine. I think it is a complementary each other. If suppose we are having only feminine, it will be inadequate and incomplete. And if we'll just say masculine, it will be again inadequate. And so, you'll find this is a natural, what we can say, partnership of a human being, what we had to consider. And that is how we have to realize everyone has their own potential. And definitely they are working with their own maximum potential for each other. So many of the times, the moms are doing some different job and, the treatment to the children is different. And the daddy is having some different way of talking to them. So I think both are complementing each other. So that is how, it really works. So we have to understand the basic structure of the human being, how the relationships are going. And it is global, it is universal. It is not like, in one part of the world, it is like this. And in one part, yes, definitely both are very required. It is what we can say, these are the sides of one coin. Only one side coin is there and other side is plain. It has no meaning. So that is how it works really. And, in one of the texts, what I have read that, I'm from the medical field. So usually I'm teaching with the man in medicine and, the historical background, how the medicine has evolved and developed. So over there is one sentence that the first man was the first doctor and first woman as a first nurse. Now, when I utter this sentence in the classroom, usually, number of hands comes up. And why, you are saying like this, why we should become nurse? Because in India, we are having that calibration grading. The doctor is superior and the nurses are little inferior. And then the people get annoyed, right? So they get offended and then they ask questions. Then I have to explain them. It is not, what kind of job you are doing, but why the female is considered as the first female as a nurse, because they are having affections, they are compassionate, they are more closer to the people, they can reach more to the people. I think only treatment is not very important, but the empathy, what you are using word sympathy, and more than sympathy, empathy, reaching to that patient and understanding is more important. Doctor is just writing prescription and goes away, but the sister take the glass of water and coming to the patient and giving the tablet. I think it has more meaning. So that is how you'll find. I always says that this is not a right thing, but I think the female are having more authority, to deal with patient. So the men are more practical. So if there is some rigid decision has to be considered, like, amputation of the leg or something, the doctors are very good. But when there is a need of explaining and counseling and, bringing that patient into the life, I think the females are doing a wonderful job. So both are very important, and that is how I convince. So thank you very much. Again, you have pointed out the right things and really developed the insight in this subject. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there anybody else with any more question, please? I think Dr. Radhika. Rashi, Dr. Rashi.
Yes, good evening, Vedka sir. Good evening, Prakash sir. And wonderful listening you, madam. Monica madam, it was wonderful listening you. And I just wanted to add, since I'm from media and communication studies, and I was, working as an sub-editor and copy editor in Hindustan Times earlier, and where I got to know the history, little history about women, that, women were introduced in the field of media with the background of like being emotional and being morally correct and more into ethical dimensions, and they joined the feature writing job first, rather than coming directly on the crime beat or say some political beat or something like that. So they were considered originally they were considered as a person who is more emotional, who's more empathetic, and that's why a female can write a feature a feature much in a much more significant manner than a man. But I think gradually, of course, we have shifted the role of women from stereotyped character to many more fields and many more areas. So there's no question as such, but just my observation from your presentation and your lecture, that don't you think, still like in even in 2024, if we are discussing some relevant topics related to feminism or females, do you think, or don't you think that still women has a long way to go, even they have succeeded in establishing their identity as such, but still there's a way. And I read it somewhere that there's a, of course, he in she. When you write she, there's he inside that. So a man can, exist, cannot exist without women, but women can exist without women. I read it somewhere, it was a little funny, but I just wanted to have your opinion that how do you see these perspectives, madam?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Rashi. Yes, I think we have a long way to go, for sure. I think from my perspective that we are emancipated, but we are not empowered still. Because we are emancipated, we are much more, but we are not empowered in the sense we are not able to stay on our power. And this doesn't have much to do with men. These have much to do with our awareness as women, taking awareness that we are creators of life, that we are creators of everything, that we are Shakti energy, that we give life. And giving life doesn't mean only giving life to children, so giving life and helping this planet to go on, but means also giving life to ideas, to projects, to everything connected with creation and creativity. So the moment we will realize that we women are creators and not victims of anybody and anything, and that creation stays inside us, the moment we women, we will be able to put our gaze inward, not outward, and start being in that power, start living from that power, there things will change. So I think our empowerment has nothing to do with men. I think men will be gladly and very happy if we would be empowered. It will be less of work for them. And I think really world will change positively for men and women, just leading with that force of creation, that force of creativity, just standing in our power and showing off who we really are. So I think as women, we have this power, magical power, this magic wand of being creators, but it's also very difficult to start this process of transformation, of going inward and becoming aware that we are creators, not victims. So that's why in many cases, I do not agree very much with the classic feminism, seeing women as victims. Women are victims of abuse, women are victims of men, women are victims of not equality, of money, of chances, of this, of institutions, of whatever. And yes, I do understand that we are coming from this place. But if we stay just a little bit and just think, why did we give that power away? Why did we allow as women to happen when we are completely aware that we are creators, not victims? Because we really are. In reality, we created the world. So this is true. I mean, and if you see everything, in the Hindu culture, you have everything from Shakti to Kali, from all kind of goddesses, powerful goddesses. So women are goddesses. Why do we act as victims? If we are goddesses, we need to decide. This is not about men deciding. This is about women deciding. Am I a victim or am I a goddess? I can't be both. So the moment we clear is inside us as women, we start staying in our power. And we start being able to manage all kind of relationship with empathy, with compassion, with love, with kindness, and make our men understand, hey, this is my power. I'm not a victim. I am your creator. I stand as a goddess. I need to be worshipped as a goddess, not as a victim.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would love to have your email ID if you can, if it is
Yes,
possible
it's
for
on the
you to
last.
provide us.
Sir, please put
Wonderful.
the presentation again. It's on the last slide. You have there my email. Please put it there, like people they can. Can you display it? Maybe somebody else wants to have my. Okay. So who wants my email ID? They can contact Dr. Bedkar and they can have my ID or my Instagram or my LinkedIn page. Sir, I have no problem to share my LinkedIn page, my Instagram page, my ID with people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now is there anybody else? Please, Vilas sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Thank you. So, sorry, actually, I'm late to ma'am, Monica ma'am. I listened your thoughts about the Stri Shakti in the last session. I absolutely appreciated. I working at a university. You know, I'm studying about the such type of powers, divine power, which has the women more than the men. Okay, so because she whatever she thinking about the several creation, okay, she has such type of power to discover the something. It is said that the agricultural field has been discovered by the women. So it is the proof of the creation. It means the woman is the creator of all these things. Okay, so this is the proverb in Marathi. So just I want to explain that the tattva has been created by the Maya. Maya is the symbol of woman. Okay, so tattva बाद में आया है. It means Ishwar is the tattva. God is the tattva. However, the God is creation of the Maya. It means the woman is more than important than men. Okay. So I just listen from you and frankly say on your face, I'm watching your face. It is a very, very, as a goddess qualities I'm supposed to feeling in my heart. Okay. So do you understand what I want to say?
Yes,
So
thank
that
you
is
so
the
much.
quality.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is the quality. Quality has man, such type of man might become the God. Okay, God and God is whatever it may be. It means quality should be there. Vivekananda said in the one place, the white gosti upon it means the ill and other bad habits we can eradicate or remove. It means it is not divine. Okay, qualities are divine. The bad things are not supposed to divine. We can supposed to remove from our suppose day to day life. That is the sanskar and remaining part. It means the qualities of God or goddess. Remaining, it is called as a man. Man just like a God. Who Ishwara Sarka is. Okay, thank you, madam. Very nicely.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Whatever you have presented, I'm very, very appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, ma'am. This
Hi,
is Trisha
my
Chaudhary.
student. Hi.
Yes, ma'am, from the Regional College of
Thank
Management.
you.
I'm pursuing MBA there. Ma'am, I really like the topic that you came up with, which says that empowerment has nothing to do, women empowerment has nothing to do with males empowering us, but about recognizing our identity as a woman and how we can create a difference in this world, and how we are not victims, as you very rightly said. But to add to what you just said, that the mainstream feminism, which started off as breaking out from the shackles of patriarchy, to project us as human beings at that very point of time, because back then we were not even considered as human beings. But the mainstream feminism now, the modern feminism, do recognizes women as a soul entity, as someone who is much different from a man. And that is the reason why this feminism is called feminism with a difference, which doesn't recognize women as victims. And that is how we have evolved over the period of time. And I feel that needs to be added as well, that feminism do recognize us as creators, as someone who shall be explored and who must come into the light of the day. And that is how it has evolved. So thank you so much, ma'am. It was such a wonderful session to attend.
Thank you, Ritvisha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Now, the unique problem is how we apply this. How do we apply this in leadership? That will be, we need some time, no, to change this mindset also. We as women and men also. So how can we change the perspective and create another kind of leadership? Because that will be very important, especially with this approaching of artificial intelligence. No, the unique. What is our peculiarity as humans? Managing our emotions, expressing our emotions. This is the unique difference in between us and robots. No, with the fact that we have emotions. So this is the time to express them, to become vulnerable, to become compassionate, to become empathic, to become leaders who lead and educate with compassion, not with authority.
Anybody, please, delegates and participants, question, opinion, your view. I think now there is not any question. I thank active participants, Jyoti ma'am, Sunita ma'am, Meera ma'am, Dr. Rashi, Dr. Swanand Shukla sir, Dr. Vilas sir, for your questions and for your valuable opinions and views on the topic. And I really appreciate the response of honorable keynote speaker for questions and their views. And also there are lot of appreciations from the participants and delegates through the messages in the chat box. So after this wonderful keynote speech and question answer session, now I invite Honorable Principal for his closing remarks. Please, sir.
Thank you, Prakash sir, Professor Prakash sir,
Please.
and today's resource person, Monica Jeler madam. Uh, she's she was born in Romania, and she is the master in sociology of religious and cultural sciences. She later working in the Rome in the field of education and vocational training, and she have run many projects funded by University of Cordoba in
In
schools.
Argentina.
Yeah, in the and also the best thing is that she supports people for generate empathy and compassion toward themselves and others to deeply explore themselves without any agenda. And her motto is to coach and give best efforts to add value to the growth of others. She works with the heart of gratitude, creation, strength, breakthrough, her life purpose, express joy and happiness. So all it is about your profile you have just shared with us. Topic
Thank you.
was very perfect because on the background of this International Women's Day, you have chosen a correct topic, and the discussion session, your points are appreciated by others also. The energy which we have differentiated that should be combined so that every female or every female should be more creative, more powerful as a leader with combination of all these circumstances. Thank you, ma'am. Keep joining daily, keep supporting us. Also invite your contacts to join here as a resource person, and your presence in daily with conferences and
Thank you.
interactions with the resource person is also more effective and appreciable to all. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Betkar. I want to say only this, that I all the situation I lived in my life, the best ones were always and always where I followed my intuition. And with you, sir, I followed my intuition, and it was a good intuition because we didn't know each other. So we knew each other through one peer of mine from Main Valley who gave a speech. And I don't know why I was tempted to do this, and I made a good choice. So thank you very much, sir, for this series of conferences, for having this empathy and compassion to just make people gather and share ideas. That is an incredible way of becoming excellent leaders. Just be together, form teams, understand what is uniting us, not what is separating us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am. And now I am here for vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Honorable Keynote Speaker and Chief Guest Monica Jeler ma'am from Romania. You have accepted our invitation and spared your precious time and thought. So I thank on behalf of Organizing Committee of International E-Conference and Sri Kumar Swami College, Ausa. I also thank Chairperson Honorable Principal Dr. M. Betkar sir for his innovative activity and bringing together people for exchanging their ideas and thoughts on this virtual platform. So thank you, sir. I also thank all the delegates and participants who are the soul of this International E-Conference and webinar series, who are continuously supporting and taking active part in the International E-Conference. So thank you, delegates. And I request all to fill feedback link to have your certificate. And at the end, with the kind permission of chairperson, I declare here that today's international conference is over. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.